Hello and welcome to another video from the only YouTube channel you need to not only survive the current apocalypse but actually enjoy it. And today we're going to be talking about the national debt ceiling, or as I like to call it, good cop bad cop meets professional wrestling. Now first thing, let me set your mind at ease by letting you know that there's nothing to worry about. Whether they decide to raise the national debt limit or whether they don't decide to raise the national debt limit, it's not going to have any effect whatsoever on your current condition or situation. The fact is, the elitists that own us, that own this country, that own the planet, or who have made claim to being such, have already decided far in advance what they're going to do to people like you and me. Whether they decide to put us in internment camps, slave labor camps, or just put us in extermination camps, that's already been decided on. It has nothing to do with the national debt. And the reason for that is there is no national debt. The national debt is a physical, mathematical, economical impossibility. Cannot exist, never has existed, never will exist. It is a figment of your imagination put there by the people that wish to control you. There's no reason to, go on worrying about what they're going to do. And the only reason I'm even addressing this is I saw the guy's name is John Boehner, and he's one political party, don't know which one, but it's the opposite political party of the president of the United States. And so they do like the professional wrestling thing. One guy gets up there and says, if we raise this, it's going to cause these problems. The other one gets over there and says, no, if we raise that, it'll solve these problems. And just like some kind of soap opera. But the thing is, it divides us all up, because thinking that everybody in the world knows this is all foolishness, I go look at my wife's Facebook account and all her friends are going on and on about, oh, if we don't keep the Mexicans out, then we're going to have a problem with Social Security. If they would stop using Social Security to shore up the military, and none of that stuff is real. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all distractions to keep you from looking at the big picture of what's really going on. Now, I have said statements like this in the past, and usually a subscriber, or at least somebody who views my videos, will come on and say, the debt is real, the debt is to people who are very powerful and have nuclear weapons, and we have to pay it. Well, reality is, we've had a national debt set something like 1792. We've never made even 1 penny of payment on it. Ain't nobody ever done a thing. So why worry about it? Secondly, it's $14 trillion we owe. And I can't even imagine what country or religion or bank or any kind of entity or person could have $14 trillion of anything. You know, here's what a debt is. You all know what debt is. You got a refrigerator full of food in there and you ain't got no money, and the refrigerator goes out. So you're stuck. The only thing you can do is go to Sears, get another refrigerator, and put it on credit. That's a debt. You now have a debt. What's a refrigerator now? About $400, $500? That's $500 debt. We have a $14 trillion debt. What kind of emergency was so bad that we had to get something from somebody worth $14 trillion? I thought if somebody had problems, they would come to this country. We are the most powerful military in history. The United States military has 10 times more nuclear weapons than every other country on the planet combined. We would be the people that someone would go to if they had a debt. Now, if we owe it to somebody, then how come they don't have extra? You know, if there's an entity, a country, religion, whatever, that we owe $14 trillion to, then they should be owed $14 trillion. But the last time I checked, every country on the planet was in debt. Their debts are all similar to our debts. You know, I've got a friend, I was just talking to my friend Wilford. Wilford says that if he owed me $50, then after a while he'd pay me $50. But maybe the way the country works is, I owe this guy $50, so he comes up and borrows $50 from me, and both of us consider ourselves indebted to the other one. That ain't the way it works. If I owe somebody $50, he ain't going to come back and borrow $50 from me. He's just going to come back and say, hey, pay off your debt, and I'm going to pay him. None of this makes much sense. You know, not only do we have more nuclear weapons than anybody else? We're the only country that's ever bothered to use them, and we used them twice. And everybody knows we ain't got no problem with using nuclear weapons. So there ain't nobody out there that's going to come knocking on our door asking us to pay that debt. But not only that, even though there are other countries that possess nuclear weapons, the United States still to this day is the only country with any kind of viable delivery system for the nuclear weapons. So we ain't even got to worry. We can actually give half our nuclear weapons away. It ain't going to hurt us. They ain't got no way to get them over here to blow us up. I don't know. We talked about the good cop, bad cop. You know, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I can't reasonably understand why they would invent such a silly contrivance, but I'm thinking what they do, and it seems like they do this every year, they get everybody stirred up, get everybody scared about Social Security, mostly so that when the people on Social Security don't get a raise, they don't get mad. They just say, oh, thank God, at least they've given us our Social Security, even if we ain't getting a cost of living raise. And really, that's a big time robbery there. I am on Social Security disability, have not had a cost of living increase in 3 years, but I was looking at my paperwork and my grocery bill has gone from $250 a month to $350 a month in the time period in which we have had no cost of living increase. My fuel bill for my car has gone from $25 a month to $40 a month in the same time period in which we have had no cost of living increase. To me, the only things I need to live in this society is gasoline and food. What in the world is my cost of living based on if it's not the only two things I buy? Oh well, you know, you could just worry yourself to death over how the country's going to deal with this problem, but really that's all they want you to do, because later when they finally get these 500 or so dudes that run this planet to come up with a solution, you basically going to get down on your knees and do an act of worship to them and thank them for saving our country and pulling us out of the fire one more time. And that's all they really want. Because the more that they think they can get you to think that they're necessary, the more crap they can do to you. You don't want to survive, don't listen to me.